Stay focused, don't listen to nobody. What's on your mind, just do it. Cause what's destined for you, you gonna get it.
Okay, another reaction here. This time I have experiment. 6 martial art fighters against one with a knife.
DJ Black Belt, Shaolin Disciple, Karate Black Belt, Muay Thai Expert, and a regular person.
This is what Muay Thai, Karate, one fighter from
Disciple,
UFC.
Karate Black Belt, Muay Thai Expert, and a regular person, all locked up in a room with a knife attacker for 20 seconds.
All red. All with an advanced protection.
After completing the first 3 challenges, our contenders were ready to face what was going to arguably be the Self-Defense Championship's hardest challenge yet, the Shank Tank, where each participant was going to enter a closed environment together with a knife attacker and then defend against them for 20 seconds 5 times in a row. The attacker's rubber knives will be covered in red paint, while the contenders will be wearing
the knife is like plastic with red paint. So you wear it.
Marshall's custom-made anatomy shirts in order to track knife wounds. The first contender to go was the champion of the first season, MMA fighter Jeff Chan, who now had a chance at redemption, since in season 1, almost none of the participants, including Jeff Chan, survived in a single round against the knife attackers in the same challenge.
I offered to go first, not realizing that probably have the hardest because the guys have the most energy.
That's a knife. That's a knife.
I definitely decided to not try the same strategy as last time, which was go for the double legs this time. My strategy was to try to keep it striking.
Alright, is everyone good?
Have protection,
you all ready?
like helmets, protection to the knees. Oh, dang. Okay, that guy was dead. Knife in the back, the stomach, 6 knives. I don't know what means 6.
While many videos claim to teach effective knife defense,
even like if you put like the guy with a knife in the ground, you got like 16 knives.
In reality, few of them, if any, actually test their techniques against an attacker who is fully committed to doing damage. The truth is that it's way more difficult to defend against a knife attacker than most people think, and instead of looking like the movies, reality is usually much closer to what you see here, even with a trained fighter. And although Jeff Chan displayed great use of the Atomic Bear self-defense pen, leaving him with no more uses of it for the rest of the championship, he did not do enough damage with it and suffered too many injuries, officially not surviving the first round. But there were 4 more rounds for him to still redeem himself and to improve upon his mistakes, including later rounds with a...
But if you realize like the other guy, the fighter, like fights because he knows like the knife is fake. He fight like without caring if he gets knife or not. He tried to grab in the belly, like even like try to grab in the arms.
Twist.
I wanted to keep throwing the high kick in, and I did land it, but it was pulled.
Oh, high kick is almost a KO, bro. Oh, damn, the face.
Unfortunately, Jeff Chan didn't survive again, yet in the 3rd round, in order to level out the playing field at least a little bit, all of the contenders will be given a duffel bag to use as an improvised shield.
Landed a teep, but then the teep only buys you like 2 seconds.
Oh, he got straight.
Good job.
But literally submission.
Finally, Jeff Chan survived his first Shank Tank round in 2 seasons. But before it was Shaolin Disciples Ranton's turn, Jeff had 2 more rounds to improve his record even further, with the next one involving an obstacle in the middle of the room. Although Jeff Chan got stabbed only
6.
a number of times, and even though he managed to take away the knife from the attacker and then stabbed him with his own knife, unfortunately, after consulting with a paramedic, it turns out the last 2 stabs would have reached Jeff's heart, leading this round to being a fatal one,
I
and
got
leaving
eliminated as that was in his heart.
Jeff with the final round against a concealed knife attacker.
It's like the attacker is bigger than the other guys that fight. But just to put him submission or getting stabbed.
Unfortunately, the final round was also fatal for Jeff Chan.
My strategy was to try to keep it striking, but each time I ended up in a grappling match again. I wasn't hitting 100%, I was hitting 70%. I kind of regret not throwing more hands, and I regret not throwing harder. I think the outcome would have been a bit different.
Yet how many points Jeff scores in the champ?
If that guy hadn't had a helmet, that kick in his head will be a KO. Like, I don't know what part, bruh.
Striking, but each time I ended up in a grappling match again. I wasn't hitting 100%, I was hitting 70%. I kind of regret not throwing more hands, and I regret not throwing harder. I think the outcome would have been a bit different.
Yet how many points Jeff scores in the championship depends not only on his performance, but also on how the other 5 contenders will do, as their performances will be compared to each other. Meanwhile though, Shaolin disciple Ranton, who was going to go next, wasn't sure about his chances after his lackluster performance in the previous bar scenario challenge.
Yesterday's challenge got me super worried. I cannot embarrass myself like that again. But I don't know how to fight. I've never fought in my whole life. I'm scared to throw punches. So I spent all night, last night, sitting in my bed telling myself, I have to punch people today. I have to punch people. I have to let it all out. I have to punch people. But I was just scared that they're gonna run towards me and I'm just gonna freeze up and not dare to hit them.
But there was only one way to find out if Ranton will.
Good to go? Ready?
Anton was saying, I only do forms, I don't know how to fight. But then I saw him at the Shank Tank and I was so proud of him.
He came out like a Shaolin drunken boxer and just...
Thank God the moment it started, something clicked in my head. I was able to flick the switch and be like, now or never. My wife cried because she was so proud of me. Nathan and Jeff patted me on the back and be like, yo, I'm impressed with you. Now I feel like my odds have significantly improved.
Ranton's round was stopped since the judges, taking the helmets into account, assessed that his strikes were knockout shots and would have stopped the knife attacker in their tracks, leading Ranton's first round into a win.
My boxing coach is gonna be so proud of me.
But Ranton was just getting started.
The knives isn't bro. It's weird. This guy will be dead. 28 knives. And his abdomen. But
one of the things that motivated me the most, because I love Jeff Chan, I am a huge fan of his content. After every round, when I heard the whistle, the first thing I did, I looked to Jeff Chan's face, and he looked at me like a tiny bit impressed, and I was like, wow, I don't suck.
Ranton got another win due to a knockout shot, leading him to a second win and the final round to go. By focusing on knockout shots, taking a risk and going
But that guy
all
with
out,
the knife is bigger than the other fighter. Like,
Brandon managed
What?
to survive not only a single, but 2 rounds. As a result, in this challenge surpassing even his idol Jeff Chan.
The last one got me.
Was it fun?
Yeah, it was so much fun.
I honestly feel like this is the best knife defense. When you see the knife, just make peace with the fact you're gonna go to the hospital and then just to swing for his flippin' head. Because you just need to land one good shot. It's game over.
Meanwhile though, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt Jordan Preisinger, who was going to go next, had a surprising and very different strategy from the first 2 contenders.
I was thinking, how can I keep my vital organs away from the knife? And the day before, I realized,
He pulled guard. He literally sat on his back and pulled guard.
When the whistle blew and he lied down his back, all of us were like, no way. This is content.
he's gonna knife like his legs. To waste time is a good idea.
To everyone's surprise, Jordan managed to pull guard in a knife fight and survived the first round, since the cuts weren't
I saw that technique a long time, but I don't know like
lethal.
when I saw it.
it's going to get a lot of
lay
people
down,
riled up. Who
wait
pulls
him
guard
to
in a
attack.
knife fight? I can wrestle, I can strike, but I thought that keeping my torso so far away would be a very smart strategy.
Yet Jordan had an idea how to improve
Because
his
if you
strategy
attack, you're just
even
going
more.
like to
One
the
problem
legs,
I had was
not
not
the
going
vital
hard enough. I
organs.
still was trying to control too much, where I could have thrown more up kicks.
the cutting can like next to it.
Despite doing a great job at using the guard again, unfortunately, at the very beginning of the round, Jordan's femoral artery got cut, which would lead to a person bleeding out very quickly unless given immediate medical attention, resulting in Jordan losing the second round. He also refused to wear the helmet, but Jordan was not ready
It's
to
like
give up
it's a
yet.
good idea to defend, but in the legs like
Let me see if I can do a different strategy to see if it'd be successful.
more quickly. What, 15?
What you got?
Despite finishing the round strong with an armbar and getting cut only once, given the weight and speed of the attacker, the single
his arm.
stab to the forehead was lethal, reminding us that it's not about how many times you get cut, but where, leaving Jordan with one more loss, a reminder of the importance of wearing a helmet
Yeah,
and
what
the
was the
final
scope for?
rounds to
Why?
go. Using an unorthodox strategy, Jordan was able to survive 2 rounds against all odds.
I just pulled guard, which I think is really cool because it actually worked.
A lot of people make fun of BJJ. Like, huh, what are you gonna do? Sit down on your back when someone attacks you? Butt scoot? And he did that, and he did incredibly well.
He just executed perfectly. I was happy for him, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, shit, my chances are winning are going down by the minute. God damn you, why are you so good?
Nathan was not only a single point apart from Jordan in the score table, he was also still on a quest for redemption to prove his skills after a failed first challenge. And when asked by Jeff Chan what his plan was, this was his answer.
My strategy was to hurt the guys before they can hurt me, not only to knock them out. I didn't want to knock anybody out. Hitting somebody hard, it's not only about hurting them, it's about gaining respect as well. If you go too light, they just walk you down. If you throw a good shot, you make somebody more timid, and that's what I wanted to do with the attackers. I wanted to put fear in their hearts.
Although Nathan's injuries were close to being deadly, he used his atomic bear self-defense pen effectively to incapacitate his attacker by striking vital areas, and after a powerful spinning back kick, the round was stopped and Nathan survived the first round. But he had 4 more Shank Tank rounds to prove that he's better at knife defense than his rival, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt Jordan.
Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
Although just nearly, Nathan survived 2 rounds in a row, putting him in a position where he needs to win 1 more in order to surpass Jordan's performance. Yet Nathan's next attacker was meaning business.
Really jump with that.
Although it was a spectacular round that ended with an assessed knockout shot, before the round was stopped, Nathan suffered too many
in the stomach
injuries, failing this round. But he had 2 more rounds to redeem himself.
The timing was right, the opportunity was right.
Nathan's kick was so powerful that it left his attacker unable to move for minutes on end.
Spin, back kick is the more.
He got a really good guy. He can breathe. He cannot breathe, bro. He's trying to breathe now.
The timing was right, the opportunity was right.
Nathan's kick was so powerful that it left his attacker unable to move for minutes on end.
Spin, back kick is the most powerful kick you can throw. Even with the shoe, I think a shoe hurts more, but actually it has cushion.
Undoubtedly winning this round. As a result, Nathan became the leader of this challenge so far, leaving only karate black belt Jesse Encom and regular person Craig Hunter to challenge him during their still upcoming attempts. Yet Nathan had his final attempt at improving his record even further.
Eles para que não andar no canal.
Nathan's final round was fatal, but after winning 3 rounds in total,
it's a lot harder to do with the guy with the knife is a helmet. Like they could like do the elbow in their head or kick on their head, but
he was now leading this challenge, leaving other contenders concerned.
You couldn't contain the energy in the Shank Tank room. Everybody around it was talking about it and the kick and the kick. And Jordan's like, "You really knocked them out?" And I'm like, perhaps. Just want to make him think that when we're gonna meet, he's gonna lose. I really do believe that, but also it can't hurt that he'll believe that.
Did you see this? I didn't see this. I was like, when I saw, I was like, yo.
Nathan is a savage. That spinning back kick came out of nowhere.
When you said that basically killed everyone in the bar, I was thinking like, beat everyone up. But after I watched you, I totally changed my perspective of what you meant by it. You have a nice smile with your psycho.
I'm telling you, I'm not going against Nathan.
You did well though. I was surprised. You were like, yeah, it's like drunken monkey. Yeah, man.
You're so much more fun than I expected. God, it's awesome.
Yet Nathan's reign could still be ended by karate black belt Jesse Encom, who had his own strategy that may still very well pose a danger to Nathan's current position.
I saw the last season. I know what's about to go down. We're about to get stabbed 2,000 times. You want to equalize the playing field. If they have a knife, I want to have something as well. And we have the pen, so why not use it?
Good shots, you gotta drum up, guys.
Before Jesse was fatally stabbed, he hit the attacker's genitals multiple times with the Atomic Bear self-defense pen's metal teeth edge, which would have likely stopped the fight. And since the round was not stopped early enough to reflect that,
oh, so you can use like a pen to the attacker's genitals? Oh, that's what.
Good shots, you gotta drum up, guys.
before Jesse was fatally stabbed, he hit the attacker's genitals multiple times with the Atomic Bear self-defense pen's metal teeth edge, which would have likely stopped the fight. And since the round was not stopped early enough to reflect that, Jesse's first round was counted as a win.
Try to stab them in the eye, but one of the guys had a helmet where you could actually touch his eye. So I just stabbed his groin over and over with the pen, and that was a great plan.
But it's not.
Bro, the karate guy is sassy. He's only to focus on the genitals in his eyes.
Not a coincidence that Jesse was able to use an improvised weapon.
I started training when I was 2 years old, but ever since then, school has grown, and now we have many different martial arts.
If you're on the street, you know your guy is a knife, like, bro, grab what you want, you need.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Thai boxing, MMA, and of course,
on the eye, on this, bro, on the balls, whatever.
Ancient weapons from Okinawa, the birthplace of karate.
And Jesse had another weapons strategy he was about to try in the second round.
Imagine fencing. Fencer can reach really far, so I hold it in the same kind of grip. This other dude actually has some kind of protection over his face, so that means I can go through the eyes.
The judges assessed that Jesse's strike directly to the eyes was a fight stopper, resulting with his second win in a row, and Jesse needing to win at least one more round to directly compete with Nathan for the best performance of this challenge. Yet the next round had a surprise coming for Jesse.
But then we have a problem, because then we get this bag. Now, here's my plan. I'm gonna rush the guy, push my bag into his face to blur his vision, and then I'm gonna throw knee strikes to his liver, at least in my head, because what he does...
Ready?
What he does is some matrix shit. He runs on the wall. Who does that? With a knife.
First steps in the bed.
Unfortunately, Jesse didn't survive this round, but his spirits were still staying positive.
At least I had a plan, although it didn't work. But hey, everyone's got a plan until he gets stabbed in the face.
And he still had 2 more rounds to try to reach Nathan's record.
Start to grab his body like that. 20 nice.
Make some transform. Either one.
Unfortunately, Jesse didn't manage to reach Nathan's record, yet he did guarantee himself a higher score at the middle tier, once everyone's performances will be compared.
In general, I think it's a really good idea to know how to use any everyday object as a weapon. And if you can carry one with you, like a pen, that's even better.
And right now, the first 200 people to order Atomic Bear's Stealth Pen Pro will receive a 50% disc scanning to not chip after agreeing to be part of it as a last-minute substitute with only a week's notice. It also turns out he also had his very first ever boxing fight.
Down a lot. I just sort of sign up for this. Just go to the gym like life. Yeah.
Although Craig managed to take the knife away and stab the attacker, unfortunately by then he had already been fatally stabbed. Craig used the Atomic Bear self-defense pen to strike the genitals of his attacker, stopping the round. Unfortunately, it was too late. Yet Craig was not ready to give up yet. Craig's knee to the head and the following ground and pound was assessed as a fight stopper, scoring him his first point in the shank tank. Despite Craig not reaching Nathan's score, his performance was still phenomenal. Even though Craig wasn't reaching Nathan's score, his
the champion is in first, like
phenomenal. Even though Craig wasn't willing to admit it.
How do you think it went?
As you say, I got cut a lot.
And now, since all of the contenders have taken their turn, it's finally time to reveal the contenders' scores based on everyone's performance when compared to each other. Yet everything can still change, as there are 3 more challenges coming, and the contenders have no idea what the next challenge is.
Several challenges. It's more of this.